Welcome back to Plugin. I'm Stephanie Myers here with Dave Leckness again. I feel like that's a little bit of a tongue twister.
No, you're doing great. I've heard a lot worse.
And just to wrap things up with OC Vector Control, thank you so much for letting us know about that. We're going to have an open discussion, but if you want to find out more about Vector Control, visit ocvcd.org. That's OCV as in vector, CD as in district.org.
Yes, it's Orange County Vector Control District.org, but the acronym is OCVD.org. So anyway, we're switching topic, and we are staying with our guest, and we are going to just delve into a couple things, international as well as national stuff. And the first, on the technology side, you know, Apple is coming in April with their watch.
Yes.
And they have, some of the watches are made out of gold, and they're going to be sold for almost $5,000.
Wow.
And the trick is that they will be obsolete in a year, because once a new watch comes, like your iPhone, the old one is obsolete.
Right, yes. They're trying to get designers into this. You know, everyone wants a little bit of share in that market, and it'll help businesses, you know, in the apparel, accessories, to make some money off of the Apple Watch, because they're trying to get designers involved with that.
Well, you know, every time, I mean, all the other companies went, LG, Samsung, and all this, they have their own watch. But once Apple comes into the market, they totally shift the market and set the new standards of it. And now, wait for April, so you can shell up to $5,000 to have a watch that will be obsolete in a year. And on the other news, which is drones, the FAA finally put some standards on drones for only enthusiasts. Not Amazon will have to wait, or they said they might go to Europe to fly packages, because the U.S. will not allow them a license to fly, because you have to fly it up to 500 feet, 100 miles an hour, and it has to be sight of vision. You cannot just take off with them.
I was, darn it, I was really hoping I would get my Taco Bell delivered to me via drone.
Nope, unless you live next door to them. And it's not going to happen. Yeah. And new on the technology side, you know, the recently big thing in the news, some hackers from Russia stole not a million, not 100 million, 1 billion with a B dollars from banks around the world. Wow. U.S. involved as well. And they did it all electronically. They never pulled a gun, or they never went down the street and being chased by cops. And literally, they will send people to different locations in the bank and trigger the ATM machine to spit the money to the people waiting outside. So that's how sophisticated this was.
Technology.
Our advance and our doom. I mean, literally, they can go and trigger certain ATM machines to spit money, and you know, you go with your card trying to get money. Your limit is $200 or $400 for the day. They won't. These machines were spitting in the thousands.
I saw this YouTube thing this morning where a guy has looks like a notebook. He's walking with a notebook, and he goes into a jewelry store or wherever, and he just has to hold the notebook close, about 6 inches away from a woman's purse, and it will scan every card that's in that purse. So it just has to get within 6 inches. Or your wallet. He could hold it. It could be on a subway. It could be on in line at a Starbucks. And they were showing
the wallet
how it
or
works.
Phone number.
It steals the information off. It's exactly
card.
the same thing. Like when you go buy one of your fancy sunglasses at one of the stores, right? Yeah. They take your card and they slide it through a thing. It's exactly the same thing, except for you don't need to slide it. It
just
picks
electronically.
it up within 6 inches.
Wow.
So it's just
so
terrible.
What are we to do? Go back to cash?
You know, we always. I mean, it's great that, you know, all this new technology is coming out, but that gives people the concern. How am I going to protect my identity? And that's a great point you bring up, because Robert Herjavec from Shark Tank actually he had a segment about, oh look, I just need to hold this over a woman's purse for a second. Yeah. And now I know people who have, for each credit card, a little slot where it can't detect it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, that's
So you need detection, the anti-detection for your purse, for
exactly.
your wallet, for your
yeah.
phone.
So it's just it's so scary. These these hacking.
Last week we were talking about cars being hacked and being open. You don't need a crowbar. You just go with your laptop and put a code.
Wi-Fi,
and boop,
yeah.
the car's doors are open, and then you go in and turn it on. You don't need to break anything and drive it away.
You know, man, let me add to that. We had the police came and they spoke to our city about these people that are breaking into cars, and this is what they do, and it's happening all over Orange County.
Wow.
The bad guys are in the parking lot of a 24-hour Fitness or LA Fitness or whatever, right? They sit in the parking lot on a brick wall and they watch the people pull up.
Yeah.
And the women that pull up,
Yeah.
they know if they leave the car with just a water bottle, which most of them do, they walk into the 24-hour Fitness. The bad guy knows that the purse is in the car. If they're just walking with the water bottle, the purse is under a coat or something. So as soon as they go inside there, they put something on the end of a like a iron rod, and they pop that window. The window breaks instantly, and they reach in and they grab it, and they're out of there. And
it happened
all over.
We had a young lady that worked with us, and we gave her our car. She wanted to go to the gym, and she put that purse under. She went to the gym. They know they are there for at least an hour. Within a second, the window was broken and her purse was gone.
So because they know that there's it's in there. If they're not walking with a purse, they know
especially
that purse
ladies,
is in the car.
especially ladies.
So if you
not
go
a
to
lot of men have purses,
well, there's some.
Hey, good call.
I leave my wallet in
That's
there.
a man bag.
A man purse.
You know,
right?
I was a member of the gym, 24-hour Fitness on the 405, and in there they have an area where you have to put a code to get in. You pay extra, and they have somebody inside with different lockers and all this. And the guy waited when somebody went in and the door was open. He went in and he broke every locker, cleaned them up before they noticed inside the gym with people going and coming. So when they want to get whatever, they are there. But now with the electronic, they don't even have to come close. They can sit in Russia and rob the banks or steal whatever. Literally, they said the way they got to these banks, they put a website where an employee clicked on a link. They infected the computers, and they were able to turn the cameras, the monitoring cameras, to see and study the habits of that bank and how they operate, learn all the particular, and that's when after that, they start moving the money and adding zeros to some people's account and withdrawing the money. And the bank did not notice it till almost, they said they admit to 300 million, but they said it's almost 3 times that. So go figure. So anyway, that's how we are going to live. So I don't know what you need. Maybe invent a case where you can put all your equipment that it doesn't emit any signals.
It's in the works right now. Someone's inventing that.
The only thing that's good about the hacking is those that have been hacking the ISIS social media accounts, anonymous, I guess they're going by.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, we don't like hacking. We don't want to get into that.
But it's going to be a game changer if we don't change our habit, and specifically with electronics. So can you imagine that North Korea just stole everything in Sony? They can literally turn the electricity off on New York in the middle of the day, and you see the chaos they will create or what have you. So I don't know. They talk about it and they say we need to do something about it, but nothing has been done. And these criminals around the world, whether stealing the money, they are financing whether terrorists, whether drug trade or what have you from the money they are stealing. So it's not just the next door neighbor around the corner stole, robbed the bank. So anything else you want to let us know, talk about?
Yeah, so going back to Apple, they are actually researching and putting in money towards an electric car.
Oh, boy.
Doesn't necessarily mean it will come out, because in the past, Apple has tested prototypes and built some prototypes, but never actually released products. So...
but maybe just giving the thought that way that other companies will get their idea sharpened and jump on the bandwagon. I mean, it took Tesla to make the Tesla car for the electric cars to start change, and more companies are delving into electric. So that's what happened with the iPhone. Remember, we had phones before, but they weren't as sophisticated until Apple got into it and changed the game. So
yeah, and a report says that Apple is always under constant scrutiny where their next breakthrough product will come from. You know, first it was the iPod, and then it was the iPhone.
They weren't
the
like
iPad.
the breakthrough in technology. They just took whatever and made it better.
Yeah, well, you know, they started the whole tablet sort of iPad, and then everyone else sort of jumped on that bandwagon. So I guess in this sort of sense, Apple has kind of taken a step back and looking at what other companies are doing as far as, you know, cars are concerned.
And there's a talk, they've been talking ever before Steve Jobs died, that they're going to go into television. So I don't know if that's like building television sets where everything is integrated rather than have the cable box and then the Netflix box and what have you. So all of it will be integrated in one box. So I don't know if that's even coming on the horizon. I haven't heard anything from anywhere. So anyway, anything? I had a story this morning. I read a story about a guy in Texas went and talked to people that supposedly Disney going to open a theme park in North Texas, and he somehow convinced these people to buy land and show them drawing, blueprints, and everything. And these people went and gave him $14 million to buy the land.
I was going to say I want to live in Texas where they are because. I don't know where they got that money from. They must have good jobs down there or something.
Oil money before it went down. But and he ended up conning these people and selling them land that it's worthless, middle of nowhere, and show them actual blueprints and what have you that he made online. Yes. So anyway, we're coming to our final minute. And Mr. Dave Leckness, thank you for stopping and letting us know about the vector control. And I know you have a business in the community, and if you want to plug it, this is your moment. You have a minute to go for it.
31 years right here in the city of Mission Viejo, high atop Mission Viejo, where we are right now. Quick Copy Printing, Marguerite Parkway. Thank you very much. And thank you, Stephanie. What do you think about my pink thing, my pink hanky here? Do you like it? Is that like cutting edge?
It's a nice touch. It provides great contrast.
But I don't have a man bag.
I would.
No, forget that.
A man bag. It's a purse.
Yeah, no,
it's okay. You know what, Coach? They have actually men section with bags for men.
Yeah.
All right, that's all the time we have today. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time. For Plugin, I'm Stephanie Myers.